Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn to Fly, powered by my salty sisters. Today we're taking a big leap. Waterstarts and your first rides downwind.
So let's get moving!
The Waterstart combines your kite control skills with finding the right balance on the board, setting you up for exciting rides ahead. Follow these 4 steps to perform a Waterstart. With both feet in the straps, point your toes upwards to position the board upright in front of you. Bend your knees to have your booty close to the board and get your chest closer to your knees. Keep the kite stable at 12 o'clock to avoid getting twisted. Remember the power dives? That's what we're gonna do here. But first, find the sweet spot on the bar and count to 3. Then move your kite from 12 o'clock down to 10 or 2 o'clock, depending on the side you want to ride to. Diving down the kite will generate the pull you need to get out of the water. In lighter wind conditions, you'll need to generate more power. We're gonna give you some more infos on that later in the video. Use the kite's power to lift yourself up by positioning your upper body over your knees, rather than leaning against the kite's pull. Actively stand up, using the kite's pull to assist you. As you do this, steer your board downwind and extend your front leg for better control and balance. Once you're standing, lean back slightly. When standing up, it's crucial to turn your front hip into the direction the kite is facing, aligning your body with it. If there are waves, keep your knees slightly bent for better balance. If it's flat, you can stand up more firmly on the board. Your first ride. Besides paying attention to your body movement, you also need to manage your kite effectively. After steering it down to perform the Waterstart, make a counter movement to keep riding. If you feel that you have enough power, you can just keep the kite stable. If there is not enough pull, quickly bring the kite back up, close to 12 o'clock and do some more controlled power dives. Hold your body position with your front leg extended and your board pointing downwind.
Our personal tips. Generate enough power. The right kite control depends on the wind strength and the size of your kite. If your kite is highly powered and the sweet spot as well as your bar are far from you, you will dive it down into the yellow-orange power zone from 12 o'clock. This generates enough power to lift you up. Often, small movements are already effective. If the kite has little power and your sweet spot is closer to you, a useful technique is to first steer it slightly to the opposite side before diving it down in the direction you want to go. You can practice your Waterstarts on land with someone else to get a feeling of the right body position. Additionally, the way you steer the kite, whether faster or slower, further down or not as far, significantly influences the pull on the bar. There are many factors that affect the kite's pull, so understanding and adjusting to these nuances is key for the Waterstarts as well as your riding.
Alternative approach. It's important to remember that different techniques work for different people. Here's an alternative approach you might find easier. Instead of starting with your kite at the usual 12 o'clock position, try positioning it around 11 o'clock and find the sweet spot on your bar, a balanced point where the kite is not too powerful or too weak. From 11 o'clock, steer the kite up to 12 and then bring it down to around 10:30. This method makes it less likely to oversteer the kite, which can result in being twisted and pulled in the water. No matter which technique you choose, always steer the kite up again and continue doing power dives to keep riding until you have enough speed. Remember, the key to this technique is to adapt the range of movement and speed of the kite to the current conditions, including wind strength and your kite choice. This alternative approach might just be the trick you need to master the Waterstart with more ease and confidence.
You're getting up and won't start riding? Chances are high you're not pointing your board downwind. This is a very common problem as most students focus too much on not going downwind or even want to ride upwind immediately. But to start your ride, you need to go downwind first. By pointing the tip of your board downwind into the direction you want to go to, it will be so much easier to start gliding.
What can go wrong? The kite movement is too small. You won't generate enough power to get up. The kite movement is too big. That can cause loss of control or you'll get too much power. Dropping the kite. Diving the kite too deep and failing to get it back up can result in a crash. No pause between attempts. Make sure to wait 3 seconds before trying again. Incorrect board position. The right board position can prevent falls and face plants. Your upper body isn't in the right position. Position your upper body over your knees. Bar too close. This can affect your balance and kite control. Remember, everyone started as a beginner. Just keep practicing and soon you'll have your ticket to ride. Waterstarting opens the door to countless kitesurfing adventures. Remember to adjust your movements and speed according to the conditions, wind and kite size.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your Waterstarts and your face plants.
Thank you for watching Learn to Fly. Please be aware that you should only practice most tutorials under safe conditions, including potential injury or death to yourself or others, and damage to personal or third-party property. And use common sense while kitesurfing.